Okay, so this video is for being that guy. That guy. Don't like being that guy when you're, let's say, after 25, when you're being that guy in the sense of you're just happy with what you got. Like, you're too afraid to really do anything or really try to take any chances in anything. Or, being that guy, you're still holding on to your basic bullshit, and you kind of secretly kind of carry yourself as, well, at least I got X, like I'm just glad I got, being that guy who's like genuinely happy because because at least he has X. You see what I'm saying? Like being that approach to it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, like, let's say, if you just genuinely don't care. Like, okay, for instance, like I personally don't care what kind of cell phone I have most of the time. Until recently, I got to this Apple kick because it's a long story. But like, if I personally don't care, now I do care about how I usually dress. So I usually, always wear, European trim suits, stuff like that. So that's my thing. But now, like I said, now if I'm like average in like the cell phone department, like there's not a part of me that like wishes I really had like the newest cell phone. But I'm just happy I got this one. Like that kind of, what I'm talking about. It's that undertone of being happy to have settled. You see, other than just not caring about, not really paying attention to it, and that type of approach. So where it doesn't manifest itself in your constant everyday psyche, if that makes sense. Like, for instance, si- me coming back to America, like I really got to see a lot of the mental issues that go on here, and it is really fucking deep. Like it really is. Like it's just that whole sense of like in my honest opinion, it feels like the men have just allowed themselves to be beat down. When I say beat down, like they don't feel like they deserve anything. And the weird part is, and now this is where everything gets weird, is that okay, the women where you are, they instinctively follow you. Like they can, with all these movements and all this, like they can try to say, "Oh yeah, we're strong and powerful," blah blah. But okay, every woman, when you really break her down and really watch her actions and what the fuck she's doing, she's gonna fucking follow whatever higher quality man is in that fucking room. Now, women, they inevitably have to deal with settling because their whole life is kind of built on settling for something. Because let's just face it, like a woman's nature is to always seek protection, and she has to feel safe in that protection. So she has to seek someone. If she's here, he has to be like here, and here or above. Anything here or below is a waste of fucking time to her, right? And it's relative to the kind of woman that you have. It's like, so let's say, like, if a woman was she works in a law firm. Well, he works in a law firm, and she's always around these guys who, easily bring in six figures a year at a successful law firm, not some like Ohio bullshit law firm, but like a real one. She doesn't like her norm is going to be here of, like, say, like, regular six figures. So you got to be doing, other higher shit. If you're on her, and this is just with female nature, at least until they fully realize that they're not, until they realize that they're not desirable. And some never fully realize. Some of them end up 60 years old and still have the nerve to have attitude about, a guy. But usually, if they're in their prime years and they legit look good, like, yeah, you have to be at least a little better than them. Because, like I said, because at the end of it all, see, at the end of it all, they're just looking for protection, so they can afford, like their whole life and the cycle of their life is built to have to settle. You see what I'm saying? Like, even Cindy Crawford, she's in a point position in life now. She has to fucking settle. The girl from the Pussycat Dolls, Nicole Scherzinger, she's in a position that she has to settle because Nobody cares about how much money a woman makes. Okay. Let me take this back. Nobody that no man that the woman wants cares about what amount of money she makes. Meaning, there's guys who do like women because of the amount of money they make. But you see, by the time they hit that role in life, they're following. You see what I'm saying? They're not leading anymore. And women don't want to follow her; they want a leader. Any woman who has some self esteem and is working, mentally within her gender's norms, she can't respect them. She can't do it. She needs someone who's a little stronger. But this goes back to the point originally, between women and men, women can afford to be that because their whole life inevitably comes back. Because, for instance, Cindy Crawford, yeah, she still looks good. The bitch is like 79,000 years old, but she still, I mean, okay, you take her to Ohio or Missouri, she'll be the knockout 10 out of 10 in everybody's book. But the reality comes in, well, this is why I say they inevitably have to settle, is she can't even begin to compete with a 20-year-old who's a 6 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Yeah, I'd say even a 4 out of 10. Whatever man is fucking Cindy Crawford is gonna go and try to fuck that 20-year-old. Because and to see the thing is like they already know all this. Like their value is between the age of 16 and 25. And after that expiration date, it's just downhill, downhill, downhill after that. So this is personally why I won't date a woman really over 25. Because after that, it's just depressing to watch them just exist in life, honestly. Um, a lot of them, it's just depressing. But yeah, no, men, as a man, you don't have to settle. Okay. You settling as a man is failure. Okay. For a woman, it's still, a success. She settles for some dude that she really doesn't want, but he probably works and buys all her shit. So she'll settle. She'll settle for that. She doesn't really want him. She always kind of wants that next better guy. But it's like, okay, well, is he too good? And can he just buy three more women that are like me? Or can I keep him around? And all that plays into it. But yeah, settling is success for a woman. Settling for a man in a room full of men who go do shit, settling is fucking failure because you end up in that constant role of, well, I could have been good enough, but I wasn't, so I'll just keep fucking with this dumb shit, and at least I'm happy. At least I got, this whatever X woman, car, house, whatever, apartment, whatever the fuck, and it just comes off as just complete fucking like failure to any man who's fully dove into his dominant side and dominant nature. He can't even hang out with those guys for long because they just come off as absolutely pathetic. Like those guys would rather just sit alone in solitude and not talk to anybody versus mingle with those types of guys because they're just weak. Like it's a weak thing. Honestly, it's what it is. But yeah, settling, man. Like just don't be one of those guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like if all you can do, if all you can do at the moment for whatever you like is X, then make the best out of it and do what you can with it, and keep growing. But like that whole settling shit, like settling for this woman, like okay, let's say for instance, you like you messing with this girl now, and in a lot of cases, especially with American men, because we're like American men are just beaten down to a pulp for numerous reasons. But you end up with this fucking thing like you didn't like her, okay, but you dealt with her because she had a vagina and she probably left it open as long as she was still trying to get you type of thing. But then what happens is like you become content and you become settled. And see, females know when they get you to this point. Like they study this shit from like being children. Like all their fucking TV shows and toys and all this is geared around manipulation and then realizing when the manipulation has taken place. See what I'm saying? So like they know all this shit. But see, men like we don't know this shit. And this is really what these videos are for, is for the guys who it's clear like they don't fucking know. But yeah, man, like you end up 19, 20, like see, and the good friend of mine who was 20 who got with that baby mama, man, like as I was 20, all you want to do is just have sex, man. Like, you just want to find a woman who's gonna have sex, and you'll put up with some of the most ridiculous shit for sex out of her. And the thing is, see, women like they try to act like they don't know, and they try to pretend like what I'm saying is fucked up, but they know it's fucking true. Like that's their whole fucking purpose on the planet is to find a protector. when it's all said and done, she would rather sell her vagina for logical protection than be with a man she likes or loves at the moment. You see what I'm saying? Like, and it has to be another man. I mean, I watch so many situations of this. Like, they require protection. Like their nature. If a woman were to okay, let's say you got a female, right? She has it set. And I actually know one like this. She has it set up to where she doesn't want a relationship. She's still a good looking woman. I'm 33. She's close to my age. She has a kid, and she doesn't want another relationship for one reason. I mean, I can tell you the reason why she doesn't want a relationship, and I could tell her why, and she probably doesn't know. She's 33 and she looks good. She has a kid who's almost grown, and I can tell you exactly why. Because all the men in her dating pool that actually want her, she doesn't want them because they're in that whole dating market, they're beneath her, and all she's left with is these old fucked up dudes that she thinks she's too good to talk to. So she doesn't want a relationship. So she would rather settle by just finding some dude to come fuck her from time to time and then go ask her fucking male cousins for money when she needs it. You see what I'm saying? Like, and if you notice, it has to be a man. If a female can't settle by asking another woman for help. Like, it doesn't it because it's lacking that protection. It's completely lacking the protection. They have but see, men, like, as protectors, we're the protector. We don't do that. Like when we settle, that's fucking failure, man. So I'm trying to get bound. I did kind of go on a side rant, but the core is like, as a male and as a protector, man, like, protect, like, do your shit, fucking protect it and own it, and don't fall into that. Well, I'm just that guy, I'm just that average guy, and blah, blah, blah. No, man, like, that's a fucking waste of time. Like, you just fucking pathetic. The only people who that's appealing to, okay, the only females that guy is appealing to is some fucking woman who's trying to who just found her new mark. That's what it is. She just found her new mark. That's the only guy. I mean, and a weak mark. Like, okay, the equivalent would be the only guy who's, yeah, I'm just the average guy. I'm just average, and I just settle for averageness. The only females that want that dude is females who's fucked up in one, they're fucked up in life, and two, you are like the damaged prey when they're hunting. Like, simulation, like, let's say you're a fucking lion and you fucking starving, but you like missing one and a half legs and you can't run that fast, and you see a fucking antelope over there that got hit by a semi truck. That man is the antelope that got hit by the semi truck. You see what I'm saying? Like, and this is pretty much women after they pretty much hit like 30, or they have a kid with another man. Like, pretty much once all that value, and they know it. I mean, like, they'll be mad at me for saying it, but they know it. Like, you are the fucking beat down antelope that this fucked up lion, because the lion's so fucked up he can't keep up with the rest of the pack, and hunt them big meaty antelopes to get all the food they can get out of them. So they need you, Todd, the fucking dude who fucking works some basic ass job, probably was too afraid to go to college or something, and you just a basic ass fool who is desperate for pussy. She like they see it and they know it, and you just the hunted prey at this point. So yeah, man, like, another lesson for younger dudes, man. Like, I would say, man, if any, like, have some self respect. Just don't fuck with them. Like, don't fuck with those. Just work on yourself. That's all I could really say. Work on yourself.